Hey everyone, Kaylee here. One thing I get requested a lot is some half-up hairstyles, so I have three for you today. A princessy one, this bohemian one, and one that's rather Blake Lively inspired, kind of glam-ish one. And these all should be pretty easy and should fit a wide variety of events, so hopefully you all can find something that works for you. We're going to start off with this princessy one. Basically, the first thing to do is to create your bump. So you're going to go ahead and section the hair at the crown and give it a bit of teasing. And I think that you really do want some volume here to just kind of complement the hairstyle, but you don't have to do as much teasing if you're not comfortable with it. Once you have the teasing done, just smooth it just a little bit with your brush, and then gather it together and pin it in place. You want to make sure that you get the exact size you want with this. Then we're going to work with the front, pulling it back. On the side that has the most hair, you're going to go ahead and wrap your hair away from your face. Then on the other side, you're going to wrap your hair toward your face so that when you pull these two pieces back, they're both curled in the same direction. So once you have that curled on, you're going to go ahead and pull these two pieces back and join them in the back together. Then kind of wrap them in the direction that they're curled around 2 fingers. Then place that wrap portion against your head, and that area between where your fingers and your head is where the bobby pins need to go. So go ahead and just hold it there and pin right in between those two things, and pinning right there will also hide the bobby pins because the top of that little wrapped portion will cover them. Then all you have to do is curl the rest of your hair. If your hair is easy to curl, just curl it and let it fall. If your hair is a little tougher to curl like mine, you can curl it and then wrap it back up around 2 fingers and pin it in place. Then when you go to curl the back, make sure you go ahead and wrap and pin the hair that we've already curled so that it doesn't get messed up while we're doing this. But then just go ahead and continue doing that throughout the rest of this. So basically curl however you feel comfortable. Then once you're done, if you pin them up, go ahead and let them down once they're all cooled. And then you can kind of shake them out just a little bit and you've got your finished hairstyle. So now it's time for our bohemian hairstyle. The texture that I have in here is just some curls that have been brushed out, and I'll leave a tutorial in the description box if you need that. But then you're going to French braid back from the hairline, incorporating only hair from the top. And you want to start about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch back from the hairline to create a really bohemian look. Then once you go about 6 inches, like 5 to 6 inches with this French braid, you're going to go ahead and braid normally. Make sure that this braid is really loose so that it still looks very bohemian and natural and not too tight and rigid. Then repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Again, make sure to keep it nice and loose as you're going. Then to secure them, you're going to go ahead and tie a 1/2 knot in the back and then put a bobby pin through that. And then you can either pin that until you like it, or I actually took the one that was over and flipped it back to being under because I didn't like how that looked. And then I just stuck another bobby pin in there, and I found that was the easiest way to get those braids overlapping in the back for me. Make sure you take out those little rubber bands and let the braids unravel, and then you have your finished hairstyle. And finally, we have our Blake Lively inspired hairstyle. Now this one doesn't have to come out quite as messy as I did it if you don't want to, just FYI. So to get that really voluminous look up top, we're going to go ahead and start with the middle section that you would usually use for your bump and curl that right against the head. And then take a section on either side of that, again curling up as close to the roots as you can and then pinning them up to get that really voluminous look. And if you don't have hard to curl hair, you don't have to pin them back up. It's just something that I like to do. Then the last section we're going to take is up to the front. So you want to take basically the hair in front of the ears on either side of the part and go ahead and curl that back away from the face. Then take that section at the top and comb it back to make sure that it looks good and kind of pull it back nicely, and then go ahead and pin it up against the head. And then take a section on one side, and what you can do here is either pin it on the same side that the hair is curled on or cross it over top of that middle section and pin it in place. You can see that I'm crossing it over just to create like a cool crisscross effect. Then you go ahead and pin that in place there. And once you've got that done, you're going to go ahead and repeat the exact same thing on the other side with the other section that we have. So go ahead and pull it back, make sure that it looks good from the front, and pin that in place right there. And as you're doing this, you can net your bobby pins together so that it creates a really stable, really secure hairstyle. Now to get that really glam kind of dramatic effect, you want to make sure that these pieces from the front swoop really, really low at their lowest point and come up really high at their highest point, because that creates that really voluminous look, that kind of stacked look that's really important for this hairstyle. So just make sure that you're letting it fall kind of in the middle there, and then pull it up as high as you can up at the top. And again, I'm crisscrossing over to make a cool effect here. Once you've got that all in place, you can go ahead and curl the hair at the bottom to make sure that all of your hair is curled nicely, and you've got your finished style. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and here is my last hair tutorial that I did. If you haven't seen it yet, you can click anywhere on the screen to go and see that one. And stay tuned for next week because I'm doing some graduation hair tutorials for you all. I love you guys. I'll see you then. Mwah! Bye!